Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of a market update. Just kind of want to go over the market structure. I'm gonna just approach this a little bit differently. Just to kind of concentrate on the levels that we're working with, rather than just zooming out and looking at the overall. All these levels, just to kind of make it more clear and concise on a weekly level, and of course, zooming in on a daily level. Okay, just wanted to make my videos nice and clean, neat, and just make it easier to comprehend. We're going to start off with these levels here. My last video, I did mention that a possible $30,000 scenario could be on the table. It doesn't seem like we got there. The closest we've got to the $30,000 area was 33,000. Right now, we're just kind of ping-ponging between 38 and 35,000. Let's just zoom in on the daily. Okay, let me just kind of put that. Let me just delete that for now. Okay, so you can see my levels: red, weekly resistance; green, support; green, support; gray. It's just a little bit of market interaction, that just a little bit of levels that the market may be looking at. See, I put this gray here. Let me just bring out the brush. You see, I kind of put that here, but also the market kind of interacted here a little bit. Okay, so just wanted to just point that out a little bit. And I also added the gray here because the market also interacted here. Okay, this was support. Now it seems like this is resistance. Okay, so it seems like this area of, what is that, market 39 to $38,000. It seems like we're rejecting off this. Now, if we can just kind of break above it, then the next target will be the weekly resistance of $40,000 to $42,000. Okay, so let me just delete that. Okay, so now it seems like we're rejecting off this level. Let's zoom in a little bit more, so that way it's easier to see. You can see the levels on the right side here. So we got a rejection. Well, it seems like we got a rejection. Let's kind of zoom in on the 4 hour. You can see we're just kind of ping-ponging, right? And at some point, one of the sides are going to have to give in. So let's do the 4 hours, right? This is the lows here. This is the range highs for now, temporarily, right? Because we had a little bit of market interaction here when you zoom in. So that's why I kind of marked that out. Okay, so, we could see that this is the, this is the highs, and this is the lows, right? So we could see that there. Best case scenario, we could, consolidate a little bit, bounce up, and then higher into 40,000. Worst case bearish scenario would be we completely fall right into this area again. Now, if we continue this bearish momentum, this downtrend, we could see more towards 32 to 33, and then finally into the $30,000 area. I'm not saying that's going to happen. I'm not here to predict the markets. I'm just here to kind of give you a brief overview of possible scenarios, right? Just so that way you're not taken by surprise. I think it's really important for people to just kind of get a little bit of an overview and kind of a little bit of a foresight of what could happen. Now, it's let's see the 5-day. On the 5-day, this is a trend, right? We see the trend line. We're just kind of bouncing off the trend line, okay, and then possibly leading here into this area, into the zone. We don't know. All I know for now is that we have to break above the trend line and resume and kind of take off. We're not getting that. It doesn't seem like we're getting that kind of momentum. I don't see much bullish momentum. Maybe in the short term, but still, we still have to. This line is really important. This trend line here. Okay, this is the downtrend, and right now it just seems like the market is just paying attention to that downtrend. Right? Will we see a continuation here until we hit $30,000? Possibly. And then I also want to point that out, 27 to 28 and change there. Okay, so right now, bears are still taking over. Sorry, drinking some tea. Bears are taking over the market right now. Tons of bearish moment. Market sentiment is bearish, and it's a perfect time to, for me, in my opinion, not financial advice, obviously. I am investing accordingly, right? Taking some spot positions here in this market. I mean, think about it. Last time we had prices like this was back in, during the summer, right? So you see something on sale, you kind of want to just take advantage of that sale, no matter what no matter what coin you're in, because it seems like every single coin out there is in a bearish trend as well. So, okay, just to recap a little bit, just to make this quick, we have this downtrend here coming down. We're bouncing off, keep rejecting, right? To be bullish again, we need to break above, jump, and then resume, or that would be the bullish scenario. Bearish scenario, we just keep rejecting off this trend line until we hit that $30,000 mark, $27,000 to $30,000. Okay, and where I got these levels, you could see here, we had some support. We had support again. Could be possible that they're aiming for that level again. Okay, with a possible wick towards a 28 to 27. And again, where did I get that level? Right over here. 1, 2, and 3. So again, my eyes right now for the bearish scenario would be if we reject off this trend line, if we break here, we resume lower. If we break, and if we hold here, then we can see some consolidation and then a resumption up. Trying to gain some bullish momentum. But right now, as of right now, bears are taking over. Okay, so let me just save this chart really quick. And I'm also just doing Bitcoin and Ethereum, XRP, XLM. They're kind of doing their own thing. They're going to follow the markets. But what I'm going to do on that chart is I'm actually going to clean those charts up. I just haven't been paying attention to those because, I'm going to follow what Bitcoin does. All right, let's do Ethereum. Again, Ethereum, I cleaned up the charts, just make it easier to look at, more aesthetically pleasing. It seems like we have this downtrend as well. This was a little bit more of a steeper downtrend, actually. Right, something like that. Again, I don't mess around with trend lines too much, but you can see the general trend is down. Okay, we're just kind of going lower and lower and lower. My bearish targets, right, as of right now, would be, I see we rejected off here. Okay, so I just want to show you first. Excuse me. I just want to show you first where I came up with these levels. All right, that's 27 to 27,800, 27 to 27,800. 2790, right? If you were with me for a while now, I mentioned that 2770, 2700s is a very important level to kind of stay above. Okay, we had resistance here, we flipped it to support, we came down for confirmation. Okay, and now we're just stuck here. Okay, we're rejecting off this, which is very, very bearish in my opinion. Okay, you could see that was a really important level for us to stay above. And look at that, we're just kind of coming down. We didn't bounce. What happened instead? Well, we broke through, came down towards the weekly level below that. Now we're coming up for a bearish retest, and now it seems like we're rejecting. Okay, so what happens here? So we get this, we could resume back to this level or even lower. Okay, that's so now let's zoom in on the 4 hours. Let's just concentrate on that gray area, just really quick, just for a little context, just keep you guys in check. See, we melted right from this level, consolidation on this weekly, and now we're up here again, and it seems like we're just rejecting. We're not really holding yet. I'd like to change my bias. I'd like to be above this, at least above 2,900. And then resume higher towards 3,100. Still, these are levels that we're going to have bearish retests, right? It's not going to be, okay, we're going to break through and go straight up. It's not going to cut through like butter. But we just need to keep in mind that we are in bear territory. Okay, so if we reject over here, we could see a possible downtrend towards 23 to 23.88. And if we somehow break through that, well, we know the next target is about $2 grand to 1900s. Okay, and you must be asking, well, where did I get this level? Let's zoom right back out on the weekly. Excuse me, 3-day. It's much clearer. We could see we had some market interactions here, and then we had a little bit of resistance, then we had support. Okay, we never really came back down to retest this area. We never really came back down to retest, and now we finally retested it since revisiting that area from July of last year. So you can see it's really important to kind of zoom out, right? It's really important to zoom out and see exactly, you know, how these levels play out. Okay, I mean, you can add in a level here too. I do see somewhat, you know, possible level here. Okay, at 25.22, we could see a little bounce here, but honestly, I think this holds a little bit more weight. Okay, so I just wanted to show you guys that, right? And when you zoom out on the daily, you could see that we're having a rejection of this possible rejection here. Now we could close green and then resuming, but as of right now, it looks pretty bearish. Okay. And then again, these levels down here, these green levels down here, I'll show you where I came up with that. We had, you know, we had a rejection here. Now we're holding that for now. We're holding that as support. So this was resistance. We bounced off of it, through it, came back for a retest. Now we could have one or two things. We could consolidate here and resume towards the next level, which is about 3 grand or close to 3 grand. Or we can fail, reaccumulate here and resume higher, or we can come straight down, consolidate, and then break towards the 1900 area. All right, so those are a couple of scenarios that I have. All right, just to keep in mind. And where I got this level, you know, that's starting from here, maybe around here. I mean, you could add another level below that. Maybe you guys can see it. You know, I kind of use this level here, starting from over here. That's why 1900 stood out to me. But quite honestly, you know, we could make another level down here. Let me see if I could try to. Oh yeah, I could do that. You know, that's about 1700 to 1800, right? Because we kind of bounced off these levels till here. So let me just make a really quick copy. You get to see in real time how I'm making these levels. Whoops. I'll make one more here. Okay, so we have, whoa, let me just push that back. So now if we reject here, these are the levels. These are the bearish targets. We have 2290 to 2388. So let's just mark it 2200 to 2400. Then we have 1950 to around 2 grand, and then the last one about 1700 to 1800. Okay, that's the levels I have here. Okay, we haven't retested these levels or came anywhere close to these levels since the summer lows. So just keep that in mind. Okay, that these targets are a possibility. All right, so yeah, yeah, that's it for this video. Thank you again for taking the time to watch the video. Always appreciate it. And of course, if any of this resonated with you, please give me a like, a follow, a subscribe, and yeah, hopefully I'll be able to put more of these out sooner. But as of right now, you know, the market is just it's just boring for now. So you know, I don't want to put out a video every other day and then just showing you the same charts over and over again. I just kind of want to let the market play it out a little bit, and then I can go over it. If there's any kind of drastic changes or anything, then I'll put a video up. But for now, it's just boring sideways action. I mean, we've been in this area since January, so we're just kind of, you know, just boring. But yeah, thank you again, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.